I just realized you're drinking coffee. It's literally 5:26 p.m. You're drinking coffee.
I could be drinking tequila.
You're not wrong. Tequila next. Okay.
Is there anything in my teeth?
No, you're good. Me?
No, you're fine.
Lit.
Okay.
Let's get down to the good stuff.
So excited to be doing this. Okay.
Yeah, you've been talking about this forever.
I know. I've been wanting to make this vlog for so long. I've just been a little lazy, but you know what? Here we are, better late than never. We're doing the thing.
This is fast.
So I've compiled some of the most important questions, I think, for us to answer today, and hopefully this helps anybody who's starting their fitness journey or whatever the case may be. Hopefully this will help you and answer any questions that you guys might also have. So let's get started. Oh wait.
Oh, I'm nervous.
This is my guest.
I'm the guest. Oh God.
I torture her every day.
That's me. It's me.
I'm just here.
Dying every day.
She's into it. Okay, anyway. Okay, so the first question is, I have trouble gaining proper weight no matter what I do. What am I doing wrong? How do I put on muscle?
That's a good one.
So with putting on muscle as opposed to like just weight, like a lot of people would refer to themselves as like bulking. If you really want to put on a lot of muscle, you need to be having the correct diet, because a lot of times people think they could just eat whatever they want. Like I've personally heard like, oh, you can eat McDonald's every day. Like, no, don't be doing that. If you really want to gain proper muscle, you want to be high in your proteins. And I think that's why it's very important to have a plan, like a meal plan to go with your workout plan. Like I like to build a lot more muscle in my lower body, so I have a specific amount of days that I do legs and a very specific amount of grams of protein that I have. So my diet is completely tailored to my goals.
So does that mean you should be tracking your macros if you're trying to put on muscle? Because yes. I feel like, you know, even if it's healthy weight, a lot of time you end up burning what you just put in.
Well, yeah, so you don't want to be in a calorie deficit
right away.
You don't want to be in a calorie deficit.
I think that's I'm sure it's important, like obviously for both sides, but to gain proper muscle.
No, absolutely. And I think, you know, listen, I'm all for counting macros. Counting your macros is so important, because when you count your macros and you're weighing your food and you're calculating it to the gram, mm-hmm. and then your workouts go in perfect conjunction with your macros, you're either gaining muscle, you're in a calorie deficit, you're losing mm-hmm. fat. Like it's all literally calculated, it's all numbers. Right. So I think if you have, and that's why like it's very important to me, like even when I'm making, you know, plans for my clients, like it's all off of macros. You know mm-hmm. what I mean? I perfectly calculate these macros to your goals. Like I have some girls who wanna, you know, drop 20-30 pounds, and then I have some girls who are trying to put on 20 pounds. Yeah. So it's like, you know, it's all calculated. And I think, you know, as long as you have a plan and you're executing it properly, I do say like you really should be counting your macros. You should be, you know, higher in protein, higher in fats. It really depends, like, but you want to be higher in protein. You want to be eating a little bit more throughout the day, more protein, like maybe, you know, 5 meals throughout the day. So I would definitely go higher in your protein. If you're trying to target a specific area, work on that area a little bit more. Next question. As a female, I'm very intimidated by the weight room. What workouts can I do that don't require me to be in there? Okay, what? Like, what workouts can I do that don't require me to be in the weight room?
What? Go to the weight room.
Yeah, what?
You need weights.
Okay, first of all, nobody's looking at you like that. Nobody cares.
And honestly, I think another thing is go with someone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I feel like that's how I kind of got my kickstart going to the weights too, was going with you, because otherwise I would have never embarked on any type of fitness journey.
When I first started going to the weight room, keep in mind I'm like 100 pounds, like I'm tiny, And I walked into the weight room and I had no idea what I was doing. I mean, I was putting like 45s on like the barbell, and I'd go to like pick it up and it's not moving. So they're like, okay, let's put on like 10 pounds. The number one thing is you need to have a plan. You need to have a plan. You can't just go to the gym and be like, all right, well, I'm just going to go inside and like figure it out. It's like, no, when you have a plan, you know where you're going, you know exactly what weight you're picking up, you know exactly how many reps you're doing, how many sets you're doing. When you have a plan, it's a lot easier. Instead of like aimlessly kind of like looking around and you're like, I don't even remember how many reps I just did or whatever. I think if you have a plan, is very important, because then you're not just picking up anything and trying to figure out what it is. Yeah, and to be honest, if it's like you're a female and there's like a bunch of guys in the weight room, I get it. Like, we all get it. We've all been there. It's intimidating, but I guarantee you, no man is looking at how many reps you're doing or sets you're doing or your form. They're probably looking at your ass.
If anything, they're probably just there like, look at this girl having all this confidence, working out around all these other guys.
Absolutely. Like I said, have a plan and don't worry about what anybody thinks. Who cares?
Literally, who cares?
Pop
those headphones in and don't take them out.
Literally, nobody cares.
You're walking out the door.
Literally. But in all seriousness, if you are really like, okay, that's great, Linda, like, I get it, I need to get into the weight room, but like, I'm just not ready, fine. Go into the little mirrored room, like the little yoga room.
Usually all gyms have a little studio.
Go in there, because like sometimes, listen, I get it, even to this day, like if I look over like to like the free weights and it's flooded with people, I'm like, you know what, today is gonna be like a glute resistance day, and we'll go into the room and we'll do like kickbacks and donkey kicks and stuff like that. So I mean, again, have a plan, so this way you know exactly what you're doing. If you really want to gain that muscle mass, you really need to start getting into the weight room. That's just a fact. Like, next, how do you grow your glutes while minimizing fat around your abdominal area?
Woof.
I think this kind of goes back to like our first question too. It's all off of your like macros. Your diet is so important, especially when it comes to your like midsection. I mean, I always like stress this on you too. I mean, I stress it on myself too, but it's like you want to, you know, again, a proper meal plan. It changes your whole entire body, especially as a female. Hormonally, it'll slim you down. But even if you're doing, say, legs 3 days a week, which is typically what I do, I'm building mass in my, you know, glutes and my lower body, but I'm keeping my midsection nice and tight because I'm not just eating just anything.
Are you in a caloric deficit, or are you cutting? Are you bulking?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Yeah.
Wouldn't you like to know?
The secret. I got a plan to know that one.
Like I said before, it all ties in with one another. You know what I mean? You can't just be working out your midsection and then go eat a whole pizza. We all wish we can do that.
Literally.
But you can't. And I think this is kind of what I do with my clients too. You know, use your cheat meals to your advantage. So, you know, like choose that one meal a week, use it to your advantage. I personally believe it goes to the right places when you have a cheat meal correctly. You know, work out that day, work out the following day. But yeah, I know. When it comes to like glowing.
We're glowing.
Growing your glutes while minimizing the fat around your abdominal area, your diet is very important. Your diet is super, 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 super important when it comes to getting that perfect ratio.
And I think a lot of times people are probably thinking, you know, I don't want it just for the summer. I want it to be a lifestyle. And I think that's what kind of either maybe stops people from achieving it, is because they'll get there maybe, like, you know, tight slim waist and then big booty, whatever. And then it kind of goes away because it's like, oh, I had it for the summer. But it's like, what about if you want that lifestyle? You have to really work at it, trial and error, try out different things in your meal plan too, I feel.
Well, and I agree. But the thing is, and I was just having this conversation before, because the whole reason why I even started this whole thing is like that.
Style, Linda.
Yes. It almost kickstarts a lifestyle.
Yeah.
It's meant to kickstart. What I want to do is, especially specifically for females, our hormones are very different from males. You want to have a very healthy relationship with food. You don't want to have an unhealthy relationship with food.
She knows I eat like a 5-year-old half the time, so she literally had to cater it to what I like and what I eat in order for me to actually enjoy it.
Yeah.
And I think that's what people shy away from.
It's because they think it's like a diet.
Yeah.
So
that's why I'm trying to say, like, this, everything you said could be a lifestyle. It's not like, just doing it for the summer.
No, absolutely.
No,
absolutely.
Do that.
And I think a lot of my clients too see that, and they realize that. I mean, I'm sure many of them can vouch for that, because it's something that you can continue on. And I only know that because I experimented with it. Yeah. And it's the only thing that stuck to me.
Right.
Because I've done crash diets, I've done vegan diets, I've done gluten-free diets, I've done, you name it, intermittent fasting. This is the only thing that it's almost like I can do this for the rest of my life. Yeah. It's literally, I can put this into my lifestyle.
And it's like actually enjoyable. It's like you want to eat that next meal, you want to go do that next workout. You know what I mean? Like I get excited to go to the gym.
It's so fun because you can make your own meals. Like here are the numbers, you plug it in. Mm-hmm. If you're like, oh, I only have this in my fridge though, okay, cool. Plug it in.
Right.
That's it. The last thing I need to do is be deprived of anything.
Right.
I would fail because I love food. Me and her are literally thinking of our next meal before we even finish.
We're like ridiculously obsessed with food.
It's not wrong. So I needed to figure out how to plug that into my life. Right. So I think it's very important to create that healthy relationship with food, because that's the only way that you're going to be able to, one, achieve your goals, but keep those goals.
Yeah.
Why is it that no matter how many glute workouts I do, I'm still quad dominant?
Oof. Oh, God, this is a good one.
I've actually gotten this question many times, and this is actually something I had to experiment on you for a while, because you picked up really, really quickly, though.
My mind to I don't know if I'm just like...
So what she's about to talk about, it's a mind to muscle connection. I don't know if you're watching this, you've never heard that before. It's literally like mind manipulation. It's so weird.
It's really just like really focusing, and I don't even know how to explain it. Like I said, I don't know if I'm just blessed or lucky, but my mind to muscle connection is on point. Like when you tell me this is where you're supposed to feel it, that's where I will feel it. Like sometimes
form
I will
is very important too, though. Like if your form is on point, and I always stress that on everybody, especially if you're just starting out with working out, don't just go in there and just put up weight. Don't do that. Don't. Like even before you go squat with the bar, just air squat. Then squat with the bands. Really target your glutes. Like I know that sometimes even with you, she'll close her eyes and she will literally like hone in on whatever muscle you're working on at that moment.
And if I start to feel it somewhere else, I'll just stop.
Yeah, because then she knows that her form's off.
Or I will, do it with the air, like triceps or back, whatever it is. I will literally just like close my eyes, take a step back, like, all right.
I always suggest doing resistance training, because when you resistance train, I mean it takes your workouts to a whole new level. You're activating parts of your legs that just squatting, just deadlifts aren't gonna target.
It really gets into like the nicks and crannies.
Yeah, literally. That's how it feels.
Yeah.
You're like ripping tissue.
Oh, it feels so good.
And it's so funny because a lot of people underestimate the power of resistance training, but especially if you're having a problem activating your glutes, do some band work. Go into that room that I was saying, get a band, do some kickbacks and do them really slowly, and just activate your glutes. Just keep thinking about your glutes. Pull that band with your glutes. Don't pull that band with anything else.
I almost feel like the reason why I'm really good at the mind to muscle connection is I started with very low weight when I first started working out, and I started with a lot of accessory work, and I didn't just jump into squats.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that played a role in it.
100%. No, 100%. Well, so remember when I would always do like one random, I would throw in a whole day of just resistance training.
Mm-hmm.
When I felt like I was losing mass in the nooks and crannies of my legs, I'd go into the room and I would just do a whole like maybe 10 workouts. And I mean, I would be throbbing of just activating certain parts of my glutes, certain parts of my, hamstrings or whatever the case may be, because it actually really strengthens the muscle. And when your muscle is really strong like that, when you strengthen your muscle like that, you can put up more weight on the squat rack. You know what I mean? Like, yes, you can slowly go up on weight in the squat rack regardless without resistance training, and I get that. As females in particular, I swear by resistance training. Like,
she doesn't just look good, she's like really strong.
I'm really strong. Like, my legs are ridiculously strong. And I 100% owe that to resistance training.
Yeah.
Like, yes, I can squat, but I don't even squat that much. I squat like 25 pounds. And doing like, one-legged workouts too, to really isolate each muscle. How do you stay motivated? I love watching you on Instagram, and you are so motivating. What are some tips to help me stay motivated? I think the number one thing for my motivation is seeing my body change.
Yes.
Like,
literally,
my body changes. Exactly what I was thinking. My body changes every like week and a half, every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Like, if I'm very consistent and I'm working out 5 days a week and my diet is an absolute point, it like I'll see changes like every 7 days, but like that 2 week mark comes and I wake up and I'm like, whoa.
Yeah. That's literally what
that's
does
insane.
It for me too.
Yeah. So I think that's what motivates me. Also, that's my stress reliever. Some people go to therapy. I go to the gym. It's cheaper. Like, I just go to the gym. That's where I go and I relieve my stress. There's not many things that we can control in our lives. There's not many things that we can control. Our diet and our bodies is something that we can control. We can control what we put in our mouths. We can control how we use our energy. Health, fitness has always been very, very important to me my whole life. So it's become a lifestyle.
Yeah.
So for me, the motivation just comes from absolutely loving
just
it.
And to do it, yeah.
It's fun and you look great and you feel great and you have more energy. And I think when you look great, everything in your life kind of like comes into play. Like, when I'm healthy,
like you're just happier too.
Yeah,
like
you
overall
are.
Happiness.
You definitely are. Like, if you've been doing it for a very long time and then you stop, you really see how much of a difference it is in your life. Maybe you're not sticking to it for long enough to see that.
I was about to say, what if people aren't seeing progress?
So that's why I always require like a minimum of 8 weeks, because it's like, 1 month is great, it's cool, but that second month, it's embedded in your head at that point. I mean, you've really created
does it for you.
You've created a different type of mentality for yourself. You know what I mean? You've seen different results. It becomes addicting. Like, you're like, ooh, what can I do next? Maybe stick with it for a little bit longer. Some people have been working out for years and then they plateau. You need a change. You know what I mean? I definitely would look into changing up your routine or whatever the case may be. If you just even like write down your goals, it'll help you kind of be like, oh, well, that's my goal. Like, I got to do it. You know what I mean? You're constantly reminding yourself that you have to do it. A lot of times what I do is, in my calendar, I have like a monthly calendar because I can do the day-to-day thing. I've tried. Every single day, Monday through Friday, at the bottom of each day, I put gym. I'm going to go anyway.
Right.
I know I'm going to go. But when I see it, and those days where I'm like, I just want to sit on the couch and I want to eat whatever I want and watch a movie and do whatever I want, and then I look at the little gym underneath my day, I'm like, get your ass out.
Yeah.
Get up. You never regret going.
Never.
You never regret
Literally
going to the gym.
Ever.
So motivated, make some goals. Just stick with it for a little bit longer. Maybe change up your routine. Every time I try to meal prep, it ends up sitting in the fridge. What are some tips on making meal prep fun and tasty? Okay.
Ooh, this is a good one.
Let's talk about food. So, I recently found out that I love cooking. Quarantine has sparked a new interest in my life.
Like wifey material.
Am I rolling out empanadas?
Literally.
So, I know how you feel because I end up making, when I first started, I used to make like Monday through Friday meal plan, right?
Yeah.
And they were so gross. And
so it's like just plain chicken, some brown rice,
it's like
broccoli.
you know. So I think one of the best things you can do is don't meal prep one day for the whole week. Pick 2 days. Sometimes pick 3 days. Depending on your schedule, everyone's different. But you can, so I'll meal prep on a Monday, and then I'll meal prep again on like a Wednesday or Thursday, because I get bored. I can't eat chicken every day. But I can't eat just steak every day. I can't eat just shrimp every day. So I change it up.
But it's also like it's been sitting, like if you do pick that one day and make it for the rest of the week, the chicken's been sitting there. It's going to be gross and like dry. So another thing though is if you're going to meal prep chicken just for a few days, not for the whole week, make sure you cook it right.
That's like one thing that we've
perfected.
We're such snobs when it comes to chicken. It needs to be cooked to perfection. Otherwise we won't eat it. Sorry, Mom. She's somewhere. But yes. So make sure that you use your seasonings. Yeah, like utilize your seasoning. You don't even want to see my seasoning cabinet. It's insane, and I keep buying more, and it just keeps growing. Make it tasty. So what I do is I like to use or pick 2 different proteins for the week, 2 different carbs for the week, and maybe 3-4 different vegetables. Have fun with it. Like, stop depriving yourself. Like, I see so many people like posting like their dry ass chicken with like raw spinach and like a sweet potato, and I'm like, what? Like, unless you're about to get on stage and do a competition, more power to you. But listen, if you want to do this for the rest of your life and start a real healthy lifestyle, you can't deprive yourself. Yeah. Be realistic. You know what I mean? Like, if you don't eat chicken that much throughout the week, don't make chicken for 5 days.
It's just gonna sit in the fridge.
It's gonna sit in the fridge. If you don't like Brussels sprouts, don't make Brussels sprouts or broccoli. Like, figure out what you like. Ease yourself into vegetables.
You need variety. You there are some people out there who can eat the same thing every day forever. We are not one of those.
No. So, I would fail. If you put me on some kind of crash diet, I'd laugh. I'd be like, get out of my face.
Yeah, no, it's not gonna work.
You can get abs by eating very tasty food. Mm-hmm. I promise you.
Like, we make really nice fish.
Like, our food is great.
Steak. Oh,
like,
man,
we eat really well.
Yeah, we are eating good.
We eat really well.
It's true.
So that's it.
That's it?
Well, I mean, I cut it down to like just a few questions because there was a lot of questions.
Oh wow.
And I didn't realize. I thought
we'll have to do like a part 2, 3, 4, 5.
I just swipe up. Just kidding. Alright, guys. I hope this helped. Just comment below if you guys really like this. If you guys want us to do another one. If you guys have another.
I was about to say, feedback is very much appreciated. She needs. I mean, I might make another appearance, will we?
Imagine like nobody comments on it. They're like, can you please shut up? Can you please stop talking about it? Alright, guys. Well, this is my first vlog.
Podcast, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, whatever. Just let us know what you guys think, and maybe we'll do a part 2.
With me? Stop.
Sure, why not? I'm ready for some tequila.
Same. If it's in the macros, so whatever. It's fine.